Hi everyone, I'm Isabella. If you didn't know, I'm sitting like right there, around over there, or maybe I'm not. That's kind of embarrassing. But anyways, I just wanted to start off by asking you guys, what's up with this picture? I'll give you a second to think. Okay, thinking's over. If you thought, where are the people of color? Where's the diversity? It's giving raw, unseasoned chicken. You're right. This comparison was made in 2013 when only 8 Marvel Cinematic movies were released. So, majority of that time was about white leads, white sidekicks and everything. And the CEO and his team were a bunch of sexists and racists. The lack of racial and cultural representation in the movies has been an issue for many people and for many years. The MCU did not become diverse till its Phase 3 and have often made people of color either side characters or villains. In addition, there is a new Captain America who is played by a black man, Anthony Mackie, and some Marvel fans aren't happy. Let's start in the early 2000s when Isaac Perlmutter became the CEO and chairman of Marvel Studios. He had the final say on many things for the MCU. This included what movie was being made, budgeting, and creative decisions. Chief Creative Officer and President of Marvel Studios, Kevin Feige, had to report to Perlmutter, and tensions soon erupted. Feige had the idea to begin production on Black Panther, Captain Marvel, and Black Widow earlier, but Perlmutter and his team shut those ideas down and set up roadblocks so these films wouldn't be made till years later. Perlmutter believed that those movies would fail. In The Ride of a Lifetime, which is Bob Iger's memoir, Iger explained that the MCU needed more representation from POC. Perlmutter was becoming hard to work with, and the future of Marvel's success was being threatened. Perlmutter wanted to give the least amount of screen time to women and POC. After many complaints from many people, Disney's CEO Bob Iger made the decision in 2015 to lessen Perlmutter's role and have Kevin Feige report to Disney chief Alan Horn with ideas. Side note, Perlmutter said that when recasting James Rhodes' character from Terrence Howard to Don Cheadle, nobody was going to know the difference. I mean, yeah. This decision resulted in a step towards diversity in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Forbes calculated that in 2018, out of 190 actors who played narrative significant characters, which are characters with lines, 61% of those actors were white/Caucasian and only 20% were black/African American actors. That is 117 white/Caucasian actors and 39 black African American. In that 20%, 41% of those black African American actors were in Black Panther. Without that movie, that decreases the percentage of black African American representation to only 11%. That means that there are about 3 times more white actors than black actors in the MCU. Now looking at major roles, you can see that 69% are white Caucasian actors and POC actors make up 31%. At the time, there were no South Asian, Middle Eastern, Arab, Native Hawaiian/Pacific Islander, Spanish, Hispanic, Latino, or Native American/Alaskan Native actors. The second thing I want to talk about is that POC characters in the MCU are mainly side characters with minor roles. Most of these side characters are there to support the white lead, also known as the white male lead. A couple of notable side characters are Sam Wilson to Captain America, Mariah Rambeau to Captain Marvel, and James Rhodes to Tony Stark. This pattern has been occurring all throughout the MCU's time from 2002 to present day. The POC side characters are there to give the white character a pep talk about their own worth and how they can be just so good as a superhero, and the side characters are barely developed. This is an issue because constantly having a white male lead takes away voices from POC. These POC children need to see someone other than a white man to look up to, and by having POC representation, lead roles is important. Actor Anthony Mackie claims that by having a POC lead, it will change a lot of the thinking patterns of a lot of people on what America looks like and what a superhero looks like. I'm glad that we can teach children that POC characters aren't just side characters and that they can lead and be as good just as the white man can. Speaking of Anthony Mackie, there was an issue with the new Captain America. After Avengers Endgame, Steve Rogers handed his shield to his teammate Sam Wilson / the Falcon, played by Anthony Mackie. Steve wanted Sam to be the new Captain America. Throughout the show, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, that came out earlier this year, Sam is conflicted on whether or not he is worthy of representing that shield. He believed people wouldn't want to see a black man carry the shield. At the end of the show, Sam finally believes that he can be the new Captain America, and some Marvel fans just weren't happy. Since 2011, people have viewed Captain America, Steve Rogers, as a tall, white, blonde man with blue eyes. Captain America's shield has been a white symbol, but now that a black man has picked it up, people don't know how to feel about that. I get it, okay? People are sad that we won't get to see Chris Evans in a tight suit anymore. I am too, honestly, I'll admit it. Chris Evans, just look at this.
That is America's ass.
But now we have the round brown. And no, I did not come up with that name. Anthony Mackie named his own butt.
That is not America's ass, okay?
But let's get back to the topic. I think Sam Wilson is more so about unifying inequalities, says Mackie. A Captain America for everyone instead of a Captain America for a specific few. It's crucial to the Black Lives Matter movement that we have a black man as a lead character. This shows that POC can coexist with everyone else and be free to be treated equally. Mackie said in an interview, "I hope it'll make kids and parents have the conversation of what does it mean for a black man to be Captain America? What is the history of the black man and America, and how does that play into him being Captain America the same way?" Here's a clip from The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
We finally have a common struggle now. Think about that. For once, all the people who've been begging, and I mean literally begging for you, to feel how hard any given day is, now you know. How did it feel to be helpless? Now, if you could remember what it was like to be helpless and face a force so powerful it could erase half the planet, you would know that you're about to have the exact same impact. This isn't about easy decisions, Senator.
You just don't understand.
I'm a black man carrying the stars and stripes. What don't I understand? Every time I pick this thing up, I know there are millions of people out there who are going to hate me for it. Even now, here, I feel it. The stares, the judgment. And there's nothing I can do to change it. Yet I'm still here. No super serum, no blonde hair or blue eyes. The only power I have is that I believe we can do better.
The last thing I want to talk about is that some may say that the MCU is too woke or not comically accurate. But in my opinion, they just need to say that they're racist and move on with their lives. Skin color shouldn't play a part in someone's performance or job. Having a diverse cast and crew opens people's eyes about issues that could potentially be acknowledged in a movie or show. That lets the audience know that these issues are finally coming to light and the film company isn't ignoring these struggles people go through every single day. The audience can finally feel as if they're being included in the MCU. Anthony Mackie said in an interview, "It really bothered me that I've done 7 Marvel movies where every producer, every director, every costume designer, every stunt person, every PA, every single person has been white." Nate Moore produced Black Panther, and Mackie discussed that when you do Black Panther, you have a black director, a black producer, a black costume designer, a black stunt choreographer. And I'm like, that's more racist than anything else. Because if you can only hire the black people for the black movie, are you saying they're not good enough when you have a mostly white cast? The issue is, people should not be hired based on their race, but on the quality of their work. Changing a character to include more diversity is a good thing, because a child might see that superhero the same race and feel more connected to them. Some characters that have been changed from the comics are Ajax, played by Latina actress Salma Hayek, Cersei, played by Asian actress Gemma Chan, and Makari, played by a mixed Latin and Black actress Lauren Ridloff. Heimdall is played by Black actor Idris Elba, and Ned Leeds, played by Filipino actor Jacob Batalon. All of these characters are white in the comics, and these actors have faced backlash because their characters in the MCU aren't. It's not the Marvel Comics universe, it's the Marvel Cinematic Universe. To conclude, as the Marvel Cinematic Universe grows, diversity should grow with it. Diverse roles allow the audience to be represented in a way that they might not have been previously. We now have Simu Liu playing Shang-Chi, the first Asian lead, Kumail Nanjiani as the first South Asian superhero in the MCU. His character is Kingo in the Eternals. Iman Vellani is playing Miss Marvel and is the first South Asian Muslim character to have a solo show and be the lead. Xochitl Gomez is portraying America Chavez and will be the first Latin superhero in the MCU. This is just the beginning, and I cannot wait to see what Marvel does next for its Phase 5. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next semester.
Hey ladies, drop it down. Just wanna see you touch the ground. Don't be shy, girl, go bonanza. Shake your body like a belly dancer.